Hey everybody, today I would like to bring you a sneak peek preview of the Riri Hearts Mac holiday collection in the Veluxe Pearlfusion shadow Phresh Out. Now, I did buy this from someone online who's selling a press sample, so it is a press sample. So I can't tell you much more about it than what I see here. It did come in a simple black MAC box like the normal Pro Pan palette things come in, but I'm sure that the actual packaging on this is going to be divinely beautiful. But I'm going to tell you all about this shadow, and I'm wearing it today on my lid. And I have some pros and some cons now that I've had a little bit more experience with it. My review on Instagram is kind of just initial reactions. It's pretty much the same, just I have a little bit more to add. So if you already read that and you're like, I just want to know a little bit more, this is your video. A lot of the bigger bloggers have gotten this because they have that tightness with MAC. I don't have that tightness with MAC. But, so I'm going to bring you my regular person review, not my, I have a little white box in my house, and I can get perfect pictures. No, I'm giving you, like, I'm going to be real with you about this product. So, here you go. It's not fully rose gold like the first Riri Hearts Mac full collection. It just has the accents of rose gold, and that's actually on the inside. So all the rose gold that you're going to have is right here. And of course the R. And its magnetic closure. The rest of it's white, and I actually prefer that because I can pick this product up, touch it all I want, and there's not 1,001 fingerprints all over it. Even on the R, it's not too bad. It doesn't look like I just attacked it with fingerprints like I felt was happening with the first Riri Rose Gold collection. So on that, that's a plus. Now, unlike the first collection where we got the 4 shadows, just regular eyeshadows, these are the Pearlfusion eyeshadows. Now, I don't have prior experience with the Pearlfusion eyeshadows because they didn't really appeal to me. I can't tell you how they compare to those, but on their own, I have some pros and cons about them, like I was saying. This one right here, you get certain amounts of each one. They're not equal, is what I'm trying to say. So for your highlighter, you don't have too much of that one, but that's fine because you use it primarily to highlight. Then you have this beautiful shimmery gold, and of course they're all Veluxe, Veluxe Pearl finish. And this one, when I applied it with my finger onto my hand, not too bad. Honestly, not too bad. The second I used a fluffy brush or just a regular eyeshadow brush, I couldn't get it on. It didn't adhere, and I was applying it over primer. So I would say maybe apply this maybe wet or with Fix Plus or something to really adhere it, or use a very dense brush, because if you're using, I actually used the Riri Hearts Mac brush from the first collection to apply this, and it was just a nightmare. The pink shade had the same problem. It's too chunky. It's just way too chunky, and it just does not adhere at all. I was getting so frustrated with the brush that I was literally putting like glitter adhesive on my finger, dabbing that onto my lid, then using my finger back and forth, and then dabbing it on. Like, it just would not stay, and it's gone now. I have a little bit of remnants of it, but it's definitely not as shimmery as it is in the palette, which is really disappointing. Now, a lot of the bloggers showed this shade right here to be a purple-like shade, and it's completely like gray to me. There's no bit of purple in it, so I don't know what they did to swatch it to get it to lean purple, but it doesn't in mine. It's very gray. And then the last shade, you only get a little bit of it, and it's that brown shade that you could probably use as a liner or to define your outer V. That's what I did. I used it here. So for my look today, I used the white as an all-over shade. Then over primer, of course. Then I used the pink on my lid and blended that up towards my crease. I used this shade right here on my crease, and I used this shade right here to define my outer V. But really, I had a hard time working with this. They look really pretty when you swatch them with your finger, but the second you swatch them with a brush, it's a nightmare. This isn't the Riri brush, but I want to show you what I mean. Just use a regular brush. I'm dropping everything, of course. So here's my brush, and I'm going to swipe it across the pink. You could see it's just really weird looking. And then when I try to apply it, you see it's just coming off as kind of just too chunky. It's not coming off pretty, whereas when you apply it with your finger, you see the difference here? Big difference. And even on my finger, you can see it's just so powdery, and I wound up with stuff all over my cheek. It was just so much fallout. I was kind of sad about that. But I got it to work, and once I finally got it to work with the adhesive, so I would say if you're using this, have your glitter adhesive or your Fix Plus on hand, because that'll allow this palette to really work. But for the price point of $44, should you have to make it work? Now, MAC is notorious with bombing on these, you know, holiday or special edition palettes, so I'm not surprised. I don't hate it. I like it. I like how it looks in the pan. I like how it looks when I get it to work. But just applying it regular as I would a regular eyeshadow, it gets my thumbs down. Now the gold wasn't as bad as the pink. I'm gonna do swatches with my finger, and then I'm gonna show you how it looks. So I've already done. By the way, I could just wipe the pink off and it's gone because it didn't even adhere. So here's the white, which is the highlighter shade. Applies really pretty. With a brush, dropping everything. With a brush, as you can see, it's just super powdery, but it's really not that much unless you put it over primer. The gold looks much prettier, but again, it's just too chunky to work properly. But it is really pretty. It performs much better than that pink. So we have the pink, then we have that gray shade, which, like I said, a lot of the bloggers showed as purple, and it's much more gray than it is purple. Well, it has a reflection of purple, but it's pretty gray. It's pretty gray. Especially when applied on the eye over primer. It darkens. And then I have the definer shade right here. So overall, it's not a terrible palette. I just wish that it wasn't so flaky. I wish there wasn't so much fallout. I wish I didn't have to put so much work into it to get it as beautiful as it looks here, as beautiful on my eye. Because this was all sparkly earlier and it's gone. So the lasting power really is not that long. I would say maybe 6 hours. For $44, I would expect it to be a lot longer. So maybe try it wet, maybe try it with that Fix Plus. Should you get it if you love neutrals and golds and you love very feminine colors and you're willing to put a little bit of extra effort in, pick it up, especially if you love the Riri. You know this is going to sell out no matter how bad the quality is. And like I said, it's not too bad. I'm making it sound awful, but when I was applying it and I finally got the look, I was like, I really love this feminine look. I just feel like there's other products out there that can give you this look for better quality, I would say. But because of its purpose, because it's the Riri Hearts Mac, I like it. Is that weird? Is that weird that I like it because of the hype? I don't know. But I'm definitely going to be wearing it a lot, and I want to get that glitter to work. I'm going to treat this palette like it's a glitter palette, and treat the shimmers and the Veluxe pearls as glitter, because I feel like when I treat them as glitters, because they behave like glitters, they perform much, much better. So that's my honest opinion. It gets my half thumb up, half thumb down, I guess. Let me play with it a little bit more, see what other eye looks I can create, because I'm sure I can create a really great smoky look if I really don't pay attention to that pink and that gold, because the pink and the gold are just too chunky. I am going to have swatches here and at the end, and I'm also going to have my eye look so you can see how, you know, what I did, and I'll explain how I got it. And you can check this out. It comes out in stores on November 12th. December 12th, I mean. And it should be online the week before, but I'm not sure how they're going to do it actually, because the last collection, they had it in store first and then online, so I don't know if they're going to do online first and then in store. I really don't know, and it's probably going to be that crazy, crazy waiting room that just drives all of us girls mad. Why do they do this? But good luck with that, and hopefully you can get your hands on this if you like it. Here's another shot of the packaging. Anyway, what do you think of this? Do you like it? Do you love it? Are you willing to put in the effort to wear it? Or are you just like, you know what, pass, I'll go get something else that I don't have to put all that effort into? Or do you like the glittery look so much that you're willing to put the extra time and effort into it? Let me know. Follow me on Instagram, I'm Recycled Stardust. Thank you so much for watching, and enjoy the swatches.